Hey, welcome back to Love Letters with Leah, your weekly dose of affectionate connection on the one and only Mike and Juju Smoke Room. Tonight's going to be a little bit different, guys. I have a special guest. Y'all all know him as Mike.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy and your host, Mike of Mike and Juju Smoke Room. It is a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Pleasure to have you.
It's the only show I haven't been on yet. Let's do it.
So, as you know, we read letters every week and try to help somebody in a situation. And tonight it kind of hits home to both of us. This letter reads as this: I'm writing you hoping to find some guidance and support for my dear wife, who is currently battling the dark depths of depression. The recent loss of her mother has been an unbearable burden for her, and she has withdrawn into a world of solitude, where it seems she is lost and I'm struggling to reach her. I am a devoted husband, but I feel that I can't relate to the level of her grief and pain. My wife, who was always vibrant, loving soul, who brought joy to everyone she encountered, her mother's passing has left a gaping hole in her life, and she is unable to find strength to fill it with happiness again. Since the funeral, she has barely left the house, often refusing to see friends and family, and when she does, she wears a mask of composure that I know is taking an immense toll on her. She cries herself to sleep every night, and I lie awake, feeling utterly helpless as I listen to her silent sobs. I've tried to be there for her in every way I know how, cooking her favorite meals, holding her close, and offering a listening ear. Yet she seems distant, trapped in a cocoon of sorrow that I am desperately trying to help her emerge from. Her depression is manifested in a lack of interest in activities she once loved, loss of appetite, and a profound sadness that overshadows our every moment together. I feel like I'm losing the woman that I married, and I'm afraid that if I don't do something, she may never find her way back. I'm reaching out to you as I'm hopeful that your insight and expertise in matters of the heart can shed some light on how I can help her heal and rediscover her joy. How can I support her without smothering her? What are the right words to say to comfort her when she feels so alone? Is there a way to encourage her to seek help without causing her more distress? I am lost and I need your guidance. I want nothing more than to help her find her way back to happiness and to reconnect to the world around her. I long for the days when her laughter filled the home and her eyes sparkled with the love that I know is still there. With hope and desperation, helpless husband. Well, thank you for sharing your story with me, and I understand the profound pain that you must feel, as I have also been in your wife's shoes. So I know the feeling of loss. And first and foremost, it's important to acknowledge that the grief that is deeply personal and a complex process, and everyone experiences differently. As a woman who's lost her mother, who was also her best friend, it does change your world. You have to figure out how to live day to day without your best friend, without the person that you confided in, and helping someone through that can take a lot out of someone. Some steps that you can take to help her, some things that helped me, was to communicate openly, let her know you're there, that she's not alone. Ask her if she needs anything, if she wants to talk, but don't pressure. Don't pressure her, because that's just going to make her recluse more.
Definitely. I want to say real fast, if
Yeah.
it's okay. I think it was Loving Husband, the name. Yeah, I think it was Loving Husband. How he signed the end of the letter.
Helpless
Husband.
Yeah.
I want to say first to you, as a parent, that you definitely care about your wife. You care about her in a way not only to try to help her and take extra steps to be there for her, but when things still seem kind of dark and aren't something that maybe just you yourself can handle, you've reached out for help. So I commend you. As a husband myself, I know how hard it can be sometimes to be vulnerable and to reach out for help. Um, Man, it's a heavy load. It really
Yeah.
is. Losing a parent, I lost my dad a little over a year ago, and for the first time in my life, I didn't cave in, and I didn't um, give up like I did in all the other times in life that probably wasn't near as traumatic as that. So I was really lucky that I don't know if it's right, but I dove into everything I could. I try to keep myself busy.
It affects people different. Like, at first, I was very withdrawn, but then I realized you have a, what's the word I'm looking for?
Obligation.
You have a mission. You have an obligation to take care of the ones around you.
Yeah.
As where I know you did, as being,
Well, and you also want to honor those people that shaped your life in a way because you know they don't want you to shut down. Um, your wife's mother would want her to go on and be the best parent and wife she can be. But with that said, man, what a heavy load it is to deal with that. And some people it hits a lot harder. Some people are in different parts of their lives. Some people don't want to let go quite yet. And some of these steps that she's talking about are very important. At the end of the day, just know that whatever she's going through is not a reflection of how she feels about you.
yeah,
Because sometimes when you're putting so much out and it feels like, because you're doing it for the right reasons, but sometimes someone can still be kind of withdrawn and hard when they're going through something like that. So just know that you're doing everything you can, you're doing the right things. Don't take it personal if it's not coming around as fast as you think it should, because she heals differently than you do.
yeah, definitely. It could take months. It could take years. I mean, it's been 5 years since I lost my mom, and there's days that it feels like I can't move on
Yeah.
still yet. But then there's days that I'm like, it's okay.
I personally took it as a mission to go out and do as much as I can to honor my dad, and maybe that's something personal in me that I just still feel like there's things I wanted to prove to him, maybe
Yeah.
things I want to do that I know he'd be proud of.
Yep.
But we ain't got a lot of time here. That's the most important thing is that you helping and getting her there as fast as she can get there.
Yeah. Being her backbone and her support is what she needs. She doesn't know how to live this life, and she needs you to be there for her.
Right.
She needs you there to encourage, to self-care. She needs to take care of herself. Don't let her get to where she don't want to get rest or
Take care of the necessities.
yeah, take a shower, brush her hair. It can get that way, and encourage her not to get that way. And if you feel like she needs professional help, or she feels like she needs professional help, encourage that. Don't push it. Someone who can provide specialized support, sometimes that's what she needs.
And there's lots of, in most communities, there's lots of little programs and meetings that deal with loss and grief. So if you, maybe as gently as you can suggest some of these things or leave little things around that she can pick
Yeah.
up on, that there is help out there for her, other people going through these things.
Yeah. Give her space. If she wants to be alone, let her be alone. But don't leave her too long. Don't leave her completely isolated.
Right.
that could turn into something that you can't pull her out of.
And it takes a lot as a human to give yourself fully like that and still know the boundaries. You have to know the person. You have to know who they are. As a husband and wife, you should know each other that way enough to be there without making it more of a burden
Yeah.
or making them feel forced.
Yeah. And I guess it's kind of a unique situation. I lost my mom in August. The following March, we lost my mother-in-law. So as where I was still grieving losing my mother, I was having to support
Right.
my husband losing his, which makes, you have to take care of yourself to help someone get through something. If you're not 100%, you can't help that person get back to where their mental health needs to be.
Right.
And like I said, it takes time. And as where you may think yourself would get over it in 6 months, it may take her years.
Yeah, there is no timeline on something like that. No one should have a perceived idea of what someone's timeline should be.
Yeah. Yeah. You let her grieve at her own pace, because that's just going to put her into deeper. Educate yourself, learn about depression, learn how you can help her through the grieving process. It'll help you show empathy and offer more effective support.
Yeah, and loss is something we will all go through. So the more educated you are on it, no matter what the reason you're doing it, it'll benefit you in the long run too. Because when you're in that situation, you'll kind of know that perspective of what they went through and already be educated on it.
Yeah. Whenever she does make a sign of improvement, celebrate it. Whether it's small, whether it's big, whether she brushed her hair and put makeup on, or whether she went to lunch with one of her friends. Always make a point to acknowledge that she is taking steps forward.
And as a husband, you should be doing those things anyway.
Yeah.
Always support and let the woman you're with know how important she is, how beautiful she is. Even when she's on a rough day, she ain't got makeup on. Look her in the eyes, tell her she's beautiful.
Yeah.
It means a lot.
As where you can help mentally with her, you can also help, like practical help, say taking care of the chores, running errands, helping with the kids, going to the grocery store, cooking dinner, taking something else off her plate while she figures out how to go down the path that she has to figure out how to go down now without her mother.
Right.
And remind her of all the happy memories. Remember happy times. It is a sad time. It is a bad time. Little things will remind her. They might make her sad, but always remember the happy. Remind her, tell her that will help her find comfort, remembering the good and happy times. Some things you can tell her that might comfort her, like, I'm sorry for your loss. Your mother's a beautiful person. I know she meant the world to you. The pain is real and valid. You don't have to be strong all the time. I know it's hard, but you're not alone. Something you don't say, you may think it might help, but it really doesn't, is she's in a better place. Some people might think it's a helpful thing to say, but to the person that's grieving, it just makes them think, well, that better place is not here with us. And it makes it harder on them.
At the end of the day, is everybody perceives things differently, and it could easily be the little bit of fuel that somebody doesn't need in that moment, I guess.
Yeah.
Also, what she was saying about letting them know that they don't have to be strong all the time. It's really important for all of us to know that we can be vulnerable, we can be weak. I talk about that all the time on our channel. Um, so make sure that you're supporting them in the way and letting them know that it's okay to lean on you.
Yep. Remember that patience and unconditional love is key in the supporting someone through depression. It's a journey, not a sprint. Every step forward is a sign of progress. Encourage her to seek help and continue to be a loving and understand presence in her life.
When she says encourage her to seek professional help, um, be subtle, be gentle about those things, because those can be taken the wrong way sometimes or felt forced. So just always remember that.
Yeah. And don't hesitate to reach out again if you need advice or just someone to talk to. I'm here, and I'm sure we could.
We're always here
Yeah.
at Mike and Juju Smoker, and guys, for anybody going through hard times, that's what this channel's for. So always feel like you can reach out if you need help, guys.
Yeah. And I'm confident that you're doing a wonderful job. With time,
Sounds like it.
yeah, it does. I mean, you've reached out to someone. That's the first step. With time and the right support, I'm sure your wife will find her way back to happiness eventually. Just give her time. Give her time.
I agree. I think everything that she talked about tonight is right on. You're doing a great job. Keep doing what you're doing. Remember that as much as it is important to support your wife, it is important for you to be 100% too.
Yes.
Take on what you can, but don't take on more than you can.
Right.
All right.
Well, guys, thank y'all for joining us tonight. Remember to always keep the faith glowing, the letters flowing, and cherish the love you're showing.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody for watching the show. Thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks
Maybe
for being
we'll do
here.
it again.
Yep.
All right.
Well, you want to take us out of here?
You want me to do the last part?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, y'all remember, this is Love Letters with Leah, my little sis. This is your weekly dose of affectionate connection. And make sure y'all keep spreading love by hitting that like and subscribe buttons. Hey, and make sure you go out to your local store. Buy up all the toilet paper they have, guys. And go over to the notification bell's house and toilet paper that house. That way you'll always know when we put out this show, other weekly shows, and our lives, guys. Hey, we'll see you next time for your love infusion right here at Love Letters with Leah.
See y'all later.